This is the series where I teach you how to punch needle embroider. In this lesson, we are going to cover tips and tricks so that you can be successful. One of the common problems that I see when I teach people how to punch needle is they have the tool in the wrong direction. You can tell this by every time they punch, they're punching into their yarn. Their stitches will be uneven and messy. The easy fix to this is just to turn your needle around so that the open side is facing the direction you're going and your yarn is trailing behind. Another common mistake I see is when people pull their needle tip away from their fabric too far. This can do two things. First, it will make the traditional side not flat stitches, but they'll be sticking out. The second problem you'll encounter is having tiny loops on the back side. It's even possible that if you pull your needle too far away from your fabric, you actually pull the loop right out of your fabric. The simple fix to this is to always drag the tip of your needle across your fabric to stay as close as possible to your fabric. One tip I always like to share with beginners is that if you mess up and really don't like the section that you just completed, you can easily pull out your yarn and run your fingernail across your fabric and then try again. You can easily redo a section 1 to 2 times without losing the flexibility of the fabric. Another issue that can come up, if your fabric is too loose, it can be challenging to push your punch needle tool through the fabric. The simple fix is to pause, loosen your screw, and tighten your fabric again. It's easiest to work with your punch needle tool when your fabric is drum tight. Another tip I want to give you is how to hold your punch needle tool. You can hold your tool the same as you would hold a pen. You can also hold it by wrapping your thumb around the handle more. Something to be careful of is to not hold your yarn inside your hand. This will create tension on your yarn so that all of your stitches pop out of your fabric. In fact, any tension on your yarn will cause your stitches to pop out of your monk's cloth. Some ways that I've seen, if you're resting your arm on your yarn, or if your yarn is tangled up in your ball, also if there's a tiny knot in your yarn and it can't pass through your punch needle tool. If your stitches keep popping out and won't stay in your fabric, carefully check on your yarn to see if there's any tension. You want your yarn to be loose and flowing so it can easily go through your punch needle tool. Now that you know the best tips and tricks to be successful with your punch needle embroidery, you're going to need to watch the next lesson on finishing your project. Be sure to follow or subscribe so you can have access to the full series. Thanks for watching and happy crafting. Be sure to check out my Etsy shop if you want a kit with all the materials that you need to be successful.